We're live. We're live. What's up to my people out there? We're just setting up everything. Hope you're having a dope day, a dope life. I'm finna talk a little smack about Corey Holcomb show and all that shit they be doing on there. I saw it this morning. I gave it a check out. I fuck with the show because they always be cracking me up and shit and talking shit about some of the stuff that I be wanting to say, but I just don't say it. You know what I'm saying? Politically correct type shit. They be kicking it on that show, man. They got Darlene this week. They had the homie Marcus, Marcus, and they had old boy Precise. This is a new dude who Corey been fucking with recently. They've been doing music and shit like that, making songs and shit like that. So they've been kicking it. With this new motherfucker named Precise. It's crazy how over the last few weeks and shit, I haven't been doing shows about the Corey Holcomb show, and I'm rolling me up one. So you probably want to do that too. So anyway, and I got some good shit right here too, some good green. So anyway, on the show, it used to have a whole bunch of motherfuckers on there, man. Like they had a whole, now, you see the show now, it's all different. And plus they moved from the old spot. They were sitting up in a storage facility, and I think it was on motherfucking like Crenshaw somewhere, because this girl was on the show last week or the week before, and she actually said where the fuck they was at. She was like, we right over here on whatever street, and I forgot the number she said, the actual number, but she said what it was at, and he was like, damn, you just bust us out to the whole world. She like, ain't nobody finna come over here. They gonna be too scared to come over where the fuck we at. So then this week they moved. I don't know if they moved because of that or they was already gonna move. And then, so they moved to another spot. So their show was being done from downtown LA. That's where I mostly stay at down there when I'm in that motherfucking city. That'd be my spot that I like to be at. But anyway, that's where they had the show at there. And he said it was like one of his homies' condos or some shit down in LA. So they did the show out of there. And he had the little team and shit on there today. And it looked different from what it used to be on the show, where it was like a bunch of motherfuckers that was the normal faces. You know what I'm saying? Like, Craig Fax, he ain't on that motherfucker no more. They was talking shit about his laugh. Corey was fucking with his laugh all the time because he one of them people that got that nervous laugh. He do comedy, Craig Fax, but he got that nervous laugh. So every time he do a joke, he laughed behind the shit. And so Corey picked up on that. So he was like, nigga, why you just cracking jokes? Like, ha, 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 ha. Every time dude said a joke, Corey started mocking his laugh. So dude stopped coming on that because he got his own thing really popping now. They gave him a real push being on Corey Holcomb show. I asked one of my sons, he was at my crib, and I talked to one of my sons, and I was like, yeah, that's old boy named Craig Fax. He was like, who? He knew the nigga face. I'm like, how you know him? He was like, he on Def Jam Digital and shit. That's how I know him. I'm like, oh, okay. So he had a fan base before the Corey Holcomb show. I never heard of the nigga before then, though. But it was kind of funny and shit seeing how he ain't been back on the show no more. And then Nate, y'all remember Nate, the fat nigga that broke the chair on the show? He don't come on that motherfucker no more because he had a beef with, I think, old boy Grady. And then Corey took Grady's side instead of rocking with old boy, and he left the show. But he been doing big things. He got his own. He got been doing some TV show. I don't know the name of it, but I know it's on NBC. I don't know if it's canceled or whatever. But he was doing some TV show all the time. And shit, what up, James Jones? Yeah, I'm just kicking and talking shit about one of my favorite shows on the internet. I watch that shit every week. So I was kicking it about Corey Holcomb and them and shit while I rolled me up morning bliggity. So anyway, yeah, so they was talking shit on the show. Oh yeah, what's up, Burgundy? Yeah, I'm talking shit about Corey and them show, you know what I'm saying? I just finally watched it because I'm one of them type motherfuckers that wake up in the middle of the night because I be doing my editing shit. I might be, I don't know, whatever the fuck I might be doing. You know what I'm saying? And then, so I might watch the show and shit or watch some TikTok shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I watched the show this time. I always catch that motherfucker when it be up for 1 hour or I've been up for 2 hours and some shit. But that's by the time I wake up in the morning and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but the show is funny, man. They be kicking in a lot of shit on that. And Corey's supposed to be in Seattle this weekend. He gonna be at Nate's. Nate got his own studio with his own comedy show at his crib where he at. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Mike? What's up? What's up, homie? We got C. Gerald showing love. What up, doing, my bro? and Derek Patterson, top of the morning to you too, famo. Yeah, I'm just talking shit about Corey and shit, man, because I just like to update everybody about the show when I watch it. You know what I'm saying? You know, certain shows, and this was a good one and shit though, because they was talking shit, man. Have motherfucker laughing and shit. They be ratting on old boy Marcus though. You know, he can take a joke. He can take a joke and shit. They be talking shit about his hairline, the way he talk. I mean, they just talk so much shit about that nigga, man. He come back though. He got comebacks for their ass, but you know, them niggas just be talking so much shit about him. But they got into the politics. Last week was another show too. I think that's the show that they had Nick Cannon on it. Or no, the show before that they had Nick Cannon on there where Corey was going crazy about all the shit Nick Cannon was up to. And I know Nick Cannon seemed like he was on the show. It felt like to me like he was on the show because he can't say the shit. So he went to Corey. So Corey could air out all them Jewish motherfuckers and people who be trying to disrespect old boy and shit. You know what I'm saying? So this time they had old boy Precise on there. I know he was singing and shit, but he didn't really do comedy too much. You know what I'm saying? He just be on there talking shit, laughing. This new nigga who Corey fuck with. But I think that's what Corey is. Like, you know, Corey almost like use comedy like when we hoop on a basketball court. Like, when you hoop on a basketball court, you don't even really be knowing who the fuck you gonna hoop with. When you get out there, you don't know who the fuck gonna be there. But when you get out there, you start fucking with people. You might get to know a motherfucker and choosing to be on your side, or you might be competing with another motherfucker and y'all got a rivalry going and some shit. And that little situation might turn out into homies. I think that's more like how Corey kick with motherfuckers. So certain people will come around him and they don't like him no more. They be like, nah, man, the way he kick it, what he say, I can't fuck with that nigga. And then other motherfuckers might fuck with him that he might meet somewhere and shit, and then they just become cool because he brought this Precise nigga around. And the old homies, which was Nate and all them niggas, and what's the dude named Zoe, all them motherfuckers gone. And so now you got a new bunch of crew motherfuckers over there now with the young nigga Marcus. He dedicated. He at the show every motherfucking week. He don't play. He at that bitch. And then you got a old girl. She ain't never leaving either and shit because she was there from the beginning. So just to see how that shit changed up, it's like you hooping, or it's like a bus route or some shit. Like every week, it's a bunch of new motherfuckers jumping on the bus, and you just get to kick it with them, whoever the fuck they are. Then the next week, it's a new bunch of motherfuckers who jump on the bus, and you kick it with them. It's like that almost, instead of it being like the mainstay of the same guys and girls, because them motherfuckers was on the show for years. Like Zoe Williams was on that motherfucker 10 years. So he just walked away from that bitch, and it's just like, that is what it is. And I kind of knew after seeing what he had dealt with that he wasn't going to be back, because a lot of people couldn't deal with that unless it was a fight that kicked off in between that. Then the guys could step up and be like, yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think Darlene going nowhere. She a soldier in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if Corey married her motherfucking ass in about 5-6 years, because he just be around her so motherfucking much, and over the decades and shit, they old as fuck now too, because they're in their 50s, both of them. So it's like motherfuckers sitting around each other every goddamn day for years and years and years, fronting like you dating other people and shit, but might got some chemistry with each other. But you know, if he don't fuck with her in the future, they definitely husband and wife on TV, on the internet. You know what I'm saying? For the most part and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they argue, they go through the little drama with each other. But they stay solid, just like a relationship be. No matter how many times you flip out or she flip out, y'all always able to come back around and make things connect. You know what I'm saying? So that just might be that. You never know. But they was talking about all the shit that's going on around in America today. And old boy was talking about Kevin Samuels. And I know all y'all done heard about the dude. And Corey called a nigga gay to the motherfucker about how he utilized his day where he talk about women's issues and all this bullshit, that he a gay nigga, the way he dressed, he walk around with a purse on and all this shit. This the new millennium black man that he represent. And old girl Darlene was like, she don't even understand why women even go on there to listen to that shit. Like, what the fuck y'all even going on that show? Listen to this nigga tell y'all dumb bitches about what kind of man you can have in your life. It's a new world, and I didn't even realize that was a hustle all by itself again either. I was like, damn, all these women run to that shit like, and he'll be telling them positive shit. He'd be like, girl, you fat in a motherfucker. You ain't finna get no high value, man. Get your big body ass out of here and go get your body right. He just be disrespecting the shit out of these women, and they come standing in line like, I'm next. What should I do? I got 3 baby daddies and 6 babies. I want a man make 500,000. And then he go in on that. Like, is you stupid? You gave up the pussy. You ain't married. You don't make no money. So I don't understand why the women go in there and listen to that shit either. Shit. It's funny though. It's comical to me because you got old boy Afion Crocker. He doing a parody of that shit. It's hilarious, that motherfucker. And I put one of them on the show, on the station, just so I could, you know, show y'all some of that shit. But you know, it is what it is and shit. You know, they talked about some of the police shootings and shit like that be going on. Yeah, it is a hustle. Damn. See, yeah, that's it's a great. So you see that she say they be super. I really watched one of his shows like that. I see it on TikTok. You know, TikTok they show you like little snippets of it, the funniest parts, and so that's how I mostly been seeing his show when I slap through TikTok. But yeah, it is a hustle, and it worked for him. And Jay-Z said you can't knock the hustle. So I mean, that is just how that dude made money. He found a way. He found a lane. And a lot of women, they go through that shit. You know what I'm saying? They go through this up and down with how to deal with men and shit. Niggas go through it too, but it's just not nobody really telling niggas. I mean, that I know of online that's telling niggas how to move through relationships like that, like he doing it. But it's a good hustle for him and shit. But you know, it is what it is. And then you know they talked about Tyrese having some situation with his girl with. I think he shaved her coochie online, and all that shit went out to the world and went viral. You know what I'm saying? Some shit going down with him. And that was crazy, you know what I'm saying? But you know, Corey biggest motherfucking move, man, is how he think about other women. So he spent a lot of time talking about dirty bitches and fucking dusty bitches and how he gonna have a relationship with buzzard bitches, giving them $30, $40 and all that shit. That shit be funny. And yeah, she said, especially at old boy age. And he like 53, 55 years old. That nigga, he up there. But you know, like you said, he found a lane, and then he kind of used the fact that he's older, that he be talking about how he was around these high-end strippers or high-end women of the evenings and all this type of shit. That's really what the internet is about. It's about a bunch of motherfuckers putting out shit that you can't prove. Like, you have no proof that this nigga was standing around high-end strippers and high-end exotic dancers or whatever the fuck he call them, gentlemen, ladies and shit, where they be, you know, dating niggas for high-end money. So that's how he can tell women that they can't get the same kind of high-end dudes if you're a woman that's overweight or if you're a woman that's in the hood, whatever. So what facts you got to prove that this nigga actually was around them kind of females, you know, to have to prove, you know, like I said, I made hood movies. I literally got motherfucking movies that you can look at, like right on my channel, right on my shit. I got degrees in this shit, street niggas that I've been around, acting bitches, all kind of shit that I focus my life on. And that's the proof that I got that I spent my time. I ain't just got no shit on my shirt. I spent my actual fucking time bringing it to life. I done got books. I wrote about this shit. So that's facts right there. So how the dude could scream out that he been around all these type of bitches, it's not like he got 5 rolls on the motherfucking stage with him that you know used to be like Pinky and shit, the stripper chick or the, you know, or this girl, and he was around them and they factualizing his ass. But so that show you that you ain't even got to be 100 on the internet. As long as you kind of push your agenda and keep being a factual about what the fuck you saying you is, people gonna fuck with you because they don't be knowing no damn way, and they want a leader. People want a motherfucker to follow. They want somebody to hit them with some information, and they don't have to do the work. You just hit play, listen to that shit, and then get on with your life. And that's value right there. Like, oh, okay, I learned some shit from dude. I think that's what women don't go for. They like, well, shit, a man ain't gonna tell me this shit because he probably wants something at the end. So let me just listen to this motherfucker online, and then I'll take his advice for it. You know, and it's a good hustle for everybody that you know, everybody hustle. You got to do what you got to do to survive. So I think that shit gonna take that boy Calvin Simons way further than what the fuck he is right now. You're gonna see him on white people stations talking that shit to white women in a couple of months. That's the next phase for him because the internet, he already official on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you know, that show, I'll fuck with the Corey Holcomb show, man, all the time. I bump that shit every single week because I just like to listen to the shit and laugh. And I like how the motherfuckers still living in Hollywood, but they not kissing white people ass. See, that's what Hollywood basically is. You go up there and you suck a bunch of hunkies' asses, which really is just gay motherfuckers. And you got to be up under their nuts and shit until they tell you, okay, we pick you. But then you got certain black motherfuckers that do not play that game. Like, that's not something you can do. You can't play with me like that. I'm not finna kiss Tony ass. I ain't finna be friendly with this motherfucker. If you ever cross the line, that's gonna be the last time you try a motherfucker like me. And so that's another type of Hollywood player. And so that's why I like to fuck with Corey Holcomb and them, 85 South, and niggas like that, $1 million worth of game, because they not trying to go kiss white people ass and, you know, act like I'm not from the hood. I don't fuck with niggas like that. You know, they still black niggas, and the hunkies still come fuck with them. Hunkies still come with their brands and be like, yo, sell this shit for me. Put my brand behind your company, and you know, and they fuck with them, and that's how it's supposed to be. You shouldn't have to go change up your conversation or act different to go sell some goofy ass white people shit, because literally they goofy motherfuckers. I sell to white motherfuckers on a daily basis. I don't go to no white job. I don't stand around Caucasians talking about them. Here go the farm. This is what I did. I'm out there jugging my products. Here go my fucking products right here, CDs and DVDs, and I sell that shit to them because they tourists. And when they come to this bitch, they be from all over the fucking world. Like, I met a motherfucker from Bogota yesterday and shit in Colombia. You know what I'm saying? So they not even American motherfuckers. They're not even walking around this bitch talking about some, oh, look what came on the news. They jumped on a flight and flew fucking 12, 15 hours to get to this bitch. So when they leaving this bitch, they want to take something from a nigga. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand. They want to take something from a nigga. They already know you owned by white folks. They know white folks is your boss. Thank you, Burgundy Down. She showed love. And that's the move. I appreciate that. Yo, and she showed love. I appreciate that. Y'all need to show love with her, man. On my mama, show some love, because I be kicking that real shit to y'all. You ain't gonna get this kind of conversation with nobody else. I do not have a white boss. I do not have to kiss ass. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. I can put my weed up. I can smoke my weed. I don't give a fuck, because I haven't listened to hunkies tell me shit to do in almost 20-something fucking years, and I still survive. I still make it. But the difference between me is my father had me hustling. As a kid, I was in the projects hustling. I didn't even know it was a bad damn thing. We just went to work with my daddy. And then, goddamn it, he got us knocking on the motherfucking door in the projects selling shit like incense and umbrellas. And that's just my childhood. It wasn't, you didn't even know nothing was weird about that shit until you got older and motherfuckers started talking shit about your ass. Like, damn, your daddy selling shit, motherfucker. And you like, oh, okay, damn, what the fuck? So eventually my old man got a fucking fireman job, and that's what he retired at. But I always remember being a shorty hustling on the streets, and I remember that you kept all the money. Like, you didn't have to pass none of the money. When you sold that shit, it was always yours. This before crack. This is fucking at least 10 years before I even knew what a crack bag or weed or any of that shit even was. So make a long story short, to bring my products that I made, my hood movies, this ain't everything I made. It's just a bunch of hood movies I know that if you haven't been from Chicago, this is a good representation of the city. So motherfuckers come here and they want something from a nigga. They already buying white people shit. Every motherfucking store is from white folks. It don't matter what the fuck you at. It don't matter what product you buy. A Caucasian created that shit and they selling it. And you could tell me what the fuck they don't sell. And I'm gonna tell you a fucking lot. Because even a black person got to get the product from them and put their fucking name on it. That's what business is. So this is not a black man shirt. This is a Gildan fucking shirt with my product on it. And white folks own Gildan, Gildan. You can fucking Google it. And every fucking thing in this room, everything in your fucking room is created by Caucasians. So you have to figure out how to make your shit connect too. White people buy every fucking thing. They don't give a fuck who's selling it. And so that's another thing that balances the game out. There's so many of them motherfuckers in this country. It's 250 million white folks. It's only 13% black motherfuckers. You cannot sell enough shit to black people. It's not enough motherfuckers to take care of you. You have to get the rest of your shit to the rest of the world. So in downtown Chicago, that's the melting pot. The whole motherfucking world come through that bitch. I just spoke like 7, 8 languages because you have to learn how to say money. You gotta learn how to say product. You gotta learn how to talk to these motherfuckers as soon as you ask them where the fuck they run. Where they from? Dankenschön. That's thank you for fucking in Germany. In German, you know, I ain't never been to no fucking Germany. I don't even know no German motherfuckers. But if you meet enough of the motherfuckers and you kind of sell something to their ass, you'll fucking figure that shit out from fucking all over the world. And they come through this bitch because Chicago's a world-known motherfucking place. So it's a grind. And matter of fact, my last motherfucking video, I let y'all hear the audio from the hustle. While we out there on the hustle, you could hear us pitching and talking shit. It's me and a bunch of other motherfuckers. And we've been grinding this shit, man. It's just a fun thing to do. You talk shit. You free as a fucking bird. You do what the fuck you want to do. You come as you go. And it's fun. Oh, Corey Holcomb was the one day I ain't go down there and shit, like about 2 weeks ago. My homie who I grind with, Corey Holcomb, met that nigga. He got a photo with that nigga and everything. He was walking through the bitch. I was like, what the fuck? That nigga was like, look, nigga, look who I met on this bitch. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, nigga, I built my motherfucking page up on YouTube talking shit about that nigga, man. So that's dope and shit. But yeah, that's what it is. Thank you, Burgundy. I appreciate that. And I appreciate that too, yeah, because that's like sometimes you be wanting to be like I want to make it so official so when people hear me, they can hear this. And then it's like, it's too much motherfucking work, man. I'm just gonna let this shit just fly. Like whatever the fuck we say in the 3-4 hours that we do this shit, you gonna hear it. It don't matter what the fuck it is. You just gonna hear what it is. No, I'm not thinking, I'm not trying to be like, edit this, edit that. It's like, nigga, this is what it is, motherfucker. So we just gonna talk shit and make these motherfucking sales. You probably only say about 7 lines. Over and 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 over. But you're saying it to different people. You got a different pitch on it. It's a different woo-woo. It's all that shit. And I could teach your ass how to sell to anybody in the world. That's something that I definitely got as a skill. That's for sure. But back to Courier, man. Them motherfuckers be going crazy on the show and shit, man. They trying to, Darlene talking about she in a relationship now and all that shit. I don't know if that's legit, if that's true. She said she was dating a young nigga. So maybe it is true. She say she in a relationship and shit now, you know what I'm saying? Dude, Precise, he wasn't really talking about shit on that. He was just kind of like sitting back laughing. I think that he still be performing. I think he said they be doing performances and he's singing shit like that and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be fucking with that show again next week, man. I always been fucking with the show. Them my homies that feel like I know them niggas and shit because they always be on that talking shit, making me laugh, talking shit, you know what I'm saying? Just being legit and being real. Just like when Corey Holcomb got to talk about them Jewish motherfuckers again today, he went crazy on their ass. Well, you gotta when you speak your mind, you ain't afraid. That shit, that's just gangster to me. That's real shit. That's how I kick my life off. That's how I've been living my life. So a lot of motherfuckers that's gonna be fake and phony, they ain't gonna be around you no way. They ain't gonna fuck with you no way because they whole ass people. So you're not gonna miss them. As soon as they get the fuck out your way, God move the right people in the spot to hold down that spot. And that's actual and factual. So you don't have to worry about losing friends or losing the wrong people or the right people because God fuck with you. He give you the right people that's going to be in your life and take you to where you need to go. So I never fear people not fucking with me, people not liking me. Get your bitch ass out of here. What the fuck? You think I wake up in the morning, Karen, if we talk, I know you, nigga, fuck you for life. And I keep on moving in my life. And that's what I do. So when I create my projects, my movies, whatever the fuck I do, I'm putting that effort into that shit myself. I'm creating my own way, how I feel like doing it. Because I'm assuming somebody else would do the same thing if the ball was in their motherfucking field. You'll do your shit your way. And that's what you're supposed to do. So that's what I do. If I'm a smoke on my motherfucking live, that's what the fuck I'm going to do. If you don't like that shit, you got a billion motherfuckers on the internet. You can go take your ass over there now and do the fuck you want to do. Because I'm self-made over here and I do the fuck I want to do. And that's why I talk shit about Corey and them. Because like I said, I connect with self-made motherfuckers. If you see 85 South and them, they on that kicking and talking shit. They got their own clothing line. Them niggas crack jokes all day. I bump the show. Every time they got a show, I'm bumping that shit. Because them the kind of niggas I connect with. And I laugh at that shit. I have fun fucking with them niggas. Same thing with motherfucking $1 million worth of game. When real niggas on there, they talk shit. They've been through their life and they trying to help young motherfuckers or they talking shit about whatever they discussing. And that shit is cold as hell. So as you stay fucking with my channel, I'm going to start interviewing motherfuckers and giving y'all a more glimpse into my life and shit. But obviously, that shit is not as easy as said and done because I'm a behind the scenes nigga. I'm always directing, writing, and editing. All three of them ain't got nothing to do with other people. By the time I'm doing the fourth job, and that's directing the joint, now I'm involving myself with other people. Yeah, that's actually just for a short burst because you probably do that about 3-4 weeks, and then you back in the motherfucking lab editing to create that joint to get into the streets. So being in front of the camera is something I had to work on. I got to work on talking to you motherfuckers, getting used to y'all remembering to do this shit every so many days or every day or whatever the fuck, because it's not my used to doing. I'm always trying to convince another motherfucker, like, nigga, you got to get in front of the camera. This is how you put it loud. So I could go behind the scenes and try to make it act so y'all could see the end result at the end. So doing this shit now is just the new wave. This is life today. This is what life is. It's not so much as, oh, it's behind the scenes, I'm mysterious and all that goofy shit. It's like you put yourself out there to the world and the right motherfucker's gonna fuck with you and the whole ass people won't. And that it's not even worried about. You just kick it the way you kick it. And that's the key shit in life. You know what I'm saying? Man, about them whole ass police shootings, I want to talk about that shit too, because the foul part about that is like, as a black motherfucker, we always got to look forward to another one. Like it's some shit about, I think a black dude was in North Carolina where apparently he drove away from the police or something like this after they was doing some kind of search for him. 7, 8 cops standing behind his motherfucking ass, shoot him from the back. Then they race up to the car on feet, the cops. Then they shoot into his car from the front, and all the fucking witnesses telling the people like they shot that boy from back there, then they got up to the car and shot him up front. Like, what the fuck is wrong with the cops? Like, what? That's an assassination. If you were doing a search warrant, how could you assassinate this guy? And the whole idea is, oh, he had guns. He might have had a gun. He might have had a knife. He might have had drugs. The fuck do any of that mean? This was offensive crime. You're supposed to take him to jail, and you dealt this shit with the police, but they don't do that. They do not motherfucking do that. They just whack your ass and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? And it's wrong as fuck because they don't never kill these white kids, man. They shot the little young girl and shit, bumped her 5 times. All she was doing is walking down the motherfucking street. You know what I'm saying? And fighting some other kid, which most motherfuckers have problems like that. Their whole life as a young motherfucker, you always got to fight somebody. But here comes a motherfucking person trying to shoot you or kill. You know, the girl had a knife in her hand. And yeah, she could have stabbed that girl. Definitely was that. But they never use deadly force like that when it comes to white people or Asians and shit like that. It always turn out on black people where it's like, hey, I had no other choice. I just had to kill you. So it's like these people need to be in our neighborhoods for a while, kicking it with us, living around us, fucking with us, and on a volunteer basis. So you ain't even getting paid to do it. You got to do this shit because you fuck around with other humans, and you don't mind coming around black motherfuckers and kicking it around us and be like, yo, what's up? These my people. I'm gonna fuck with these niggas. You don't mind that shit. But most people do mind that shit, and they don't want to be around niggas. And so if they come around you, it's this, man, what the fuck? That's why when you see the cops, anytime they show up, the first thing they say is calm down, chill out, relax. Hey, you screaming. Don't yell at me, and I'm not going, they always want you to relax so that they can try to eat, because they jumping out of the cop chilling. They ain't even excited. So when they get to the scene, it's like, motherfuckers, all the fuck on this motherfucker. And they like, calm down, chill. So they doing you like that so they can get you down to their motherfucking level. But most times people can't calm down because of whatever the situation is they are dealing with. And so the cop is like, hey, I can't calm you down. That's it. Let me put my motherfucking gun down. They're not thinking about, oh, wait, okay, this lady or this guy needs a little bit more time. You know what? Let's try to let's go for a walk, man. They on some motherfucker. Didn't I tell you shut the fuck up? Didn't I tell you to calm your ass down? And it's boom. That's why when the cop pull up, it's like, ain't nothing to tell you. Ain't nothing to talk about. Yeah, because you ain't got words to say that's going to calm shit down. You don't have words to say that's going to make people ease. The only thing you're finna do is be like, I told you motherfucking ass this. Boom, motherfucker did. And that's all we got. You know what I'm saying? So as black people, man, I seen some video yesterday on Vice about some black peace officer bullshit they trying to come up with. That's black people though. And they trying to be like, we ain't got this police force in our hood trying to police our neighborhood. We policing the police. So if the police come through here and they on some bullshit with our people, they on some bullshit with us, we're going to try to pop their motherfucking ass. And they out there, training with guns and all this shit. You never see this. It's on Vice. It's like one of the little news channels on YouTube. And I'm tripping like, damn. So these motherfuckers really gonna goddamn it set themselves up to where they all out their face on here and shit. They ain't wearing masks and nothing like that. It might have been before the pandemic, before they shot it. But he was like, look, nigga, if they come through our hood, we coming out. If they try to raid our hood, in the history of black people, they come to our neighborhoods, they flip the motherfucking shit over, tell you get your bitch ass out the hood, take the crib you own, take the neighborhood you bought, whatever the fuck they get. And they just be like, we live in that. They call it gentrification. Now they got a new word for it. But back in the day, it was just white people just basically saying, well, you get your ass out of here. And they come over with guns and they shoot the fuck out you if you don't leave. And the nigga who owned everything, like the guy who was the man, they come right over there and take his motherfucking ass and murder him in the middle of the square, county square, in front of everybody. Leave his body hanged, shoot his ass out, take his dick off. Foul shit. This what your white boss do. The person who you work for, the one who you be like, yeah, Tony, can I get a raise? That's what the fuck that's what his motherfucking culture was doing. So while you out here trying to play fake Negro and play like you're going to be around these motherfuckers for some reason, I'm not a hater, but you got to know who the fuck they was and don't be expecting me to kiss their ass because I know exactly what the fuck they was. And that's how they got down for centuries. So that I don't give a fuck who rock with this or not. That's the official. That's what the fuck it was. And so history has told you who the fuck they was. So now today they naming some different shit, but there's still the same activity. You understand what I'm saying? And so black people got to accept it because what the fuck? We battling each other. There's no way we're going to be able to battle them motherfuckers because they outnumber you in this bitch any goddamn way. So it's just all we can do is vote, motherfucker. That's what they fucking told you has to do. So I just said all that shit because that's something I don't know what to think about how to stop police from killing motherfuckers. It's wicked as fuck. It make no sense that black motherfuckers, since George Floyd died last year, a year and a month, they done shot over 150 motherfucking black men and killed them. Over 150. So that means since George Floyd died, some Caucasian with a gun shot that motherfucker at a point and had the same goddamn answer. Oh, he did this, that, and the third. This happened first, and then this happened second, and then this happened last. And so they all got that fucking excuse. They killed a Spanish kid in Chicago, 12 years old, 13 years old, running in the alley. Like it's straight up wicked in this bitch. So it's like, as black motherfuckers, man, we got to figure out how to fucking maneuver through this shit, because every day you get on your motherfucking phone and it's almost hard to even look at the cell phone, because it's somebody on that motherfucker the next day got shot in the back, got shot. Some lady screaming, "Taser, taser," knowing fucking well it's a gun in her hand. And all they do is the same 1-2 step. All right, give them police protection. You know, also let's give them a low bond and let's give them a speedy trial of 2 years. So now they sitting at the crib chilling, having Christmas times and motherfucking Thanksgivings and fucking 4th of July's, while it's a dead dude laid out in the background. And then what I've learned now, and this is what I would like to do in one of my newer films, is they've turned Black Death into a hustle. So now the black lady who kicked off Black Lives Matter, she got to deal with motherfucking Warner Brothers. They her agent. She got 4-5 motherfucking $1 million houses in LA off the fucking donations, where she made like 90 million in donations. So people are not just watching Black Death happen and say, "Oh damn, killed another black dude." Motherfuckers coming up with ideas like, you know what? They gonna need some new things down at the cemetery, or they gonna need, you know what? Let's get a website that kick off that tell people that they can come over here and air out their problems. And so people start making money, 99 cents, air out your problem against racism, come right here. And people be like, yeah, fuck that, man. I got 20 things to sell, put $20 on this shit. And there's websites and companies that's making money off of Black Death. So the more people die that's black, the more people get paid. You got motherfuckers like the president, he's pussy ass and sit up here and gave the Asian people a fucking presidential bill. He didn't get Hispanic humans a presidential bill. Nothing for them soldieristic ass black motherfuckers that go right down there and vote for the Democrats. Like, that shit ain't nothing to do. Like, you know what? Hold the fuck on. Excuse us. We will be in line for the Democrats, and thank you. Me, I'm signing right up. Cha-ching-ching. Yep, y'all won. Good. Got that racist motherfucker out. So the new racist motherfuckers, you get to just be like, well, we tried. You know, they mean well. It's the same 1-2 step. We've been voting for the same motherfucker the same way, getting the same motherfucking results. All the hoods across America is fucked up, broken black. And can't nobody do shit about it. But again, go vote, go vote, go vote. And they're gonna be telling us this shit again in another couple of months. Hey, you're gonna lose your motherfucking everything. If you don't vote, you gotta go out there. They're gonna go kill, they're gonna snatch it. Look, how's the same white people telling you to go against the other same white people? That's like your right hand telling your left hand, smack the hell out that other hand. And even if you do, it's only a clap. It's not really a pain. Your hand can absorb the motherfucking slap, the pressure from the other hand. So they're never going to be at a point where they are actually fighting. They just got us at war with each other. And while they continue to win and continue to thrive. So what the Asians, or the main thing, they're giving the Asian people rights or some kind of bill or some kind of money that he gave them in this new bill that he gave the Asian community, while at the same time they locking black people up saying Asian motherfucking hate. What? Y'all never said it was black hate when those Asian women or men was whooping black women asses inside those beauty shops. But now it's Asian hate because some black person might have yelled at an Asian person or robbed them or something like that. It's all of a sudden Asian hate. Well, you had an Asian person that went up there. That a white person. What's up, big worm? You had a Asian person. You had a white person that went and shot up a bunch of Asian people. They didn't call that shit Asian hate. They was like, we got to see what's wrong with this motherfucker. What's his problem? They didn't even do no shit like that. But then now they see him screaming all this Asian hate. And then he gave a deal and a bill for the motherfucking Asians, and he gave a bill for the Hispanic community. The black motherfuckers voted for that nigga over 80%. He ain't gave shit to black motherfuckers. And y'all all know that it was niggas running around talking about some, you got to vote for this man, vote for him, vote for him. He ain't finna do shit for niggas. And that's just how it go. Whether it's reparations, whether it's cleaning neighborhoods up, stop police, none of that shit. That shit gonna continue. because that's what America is. Because we so different in a culture. You know, we always made by white folks, so they know we different. They know we're not together. They made us. We went to their schools to learn. This is a learned thing. I'm not fucking with each other. You can't make Asian people who walk around with the little thing on their head, the Hindi. You can't make them not fuck with each other. When one of them motherfuckers got on sandals, all they ass got on sandals. You're not gonna see 5 of them motherfuckers with Jordans on, 2 of them with Pro Kids. No, the fuck you ain't. They're gonna see their ass all walking with sandals, and all of them got the little full outfit on if they the female going down to their feet. You know it. You know it. They ain't gonna walk around with no damn Supreme outfit on. You ain't gonna see 3 of them in a group with a Gucci belt. All they ass stay the same. They don't even try to fucking fit in and be like, oh, I'm not in the in crowd. I don't have a new Burberry. So what the fuck? I ain't shit. They don't even fucking think like that. They all look the same. But they know us. They know we different. White people know we different. They know we separate. They know we have different mindsets. So that when they come out with their new shit, they just spit it at you, and some motherfuckers jump and some don't. But at the end of the day, they still win because they know we separate. All of us don't rock the same. Matter of fact, we all say that shit. Black people are not a monolith. Black people is the same color. You're a fucking monolith. They hate us all the same. They don't hate us no different than the next nigga. Like, oh, okay, hold on, let me fuck with this nigga, but not y'all though. No, I don't fuck with y'all, but this motherfucker cool. They don't do that. They put nigga on LeBron James crib. They put nigga on his side of his motherfucking thing. Remember that shit? Yeah, they letting all niggas know. I don't fuck with none of you motherfuckers. It don't matter how close you get. Don't matter what you buy from us. You can get our necklaces. You can get our cars. All y'all niggas. And that's factual and actual. So all that bullshit about motherfucking I'm closer to them than you or I get more money than you, that's goofy as hell. Because you still got to go buy white people shit they sell. If you richer than the next nigga, you'll be like Master P where you got 1,000 motherfucking products. And that's what the fuck your ass to have if you was richer than the next nigga. But if you just got some shit that you get from white people, you ain't richer than the next nigga. You got to go get some shit from white people. You ain't richer than the next nigga. It's that simple. They can come take that shit. They have motherfuckers like Bill Cosby who had it better than any nigga I ever seen in my life. And I grew up old as fuck, nigga. I grew up in the 80s. I seen that nigga transition from a fucking comedian to a dad at home and all that shit on TV to today a fucking prisoner. That's real life. That's real life. They showed us that nigga grow from when I was a kid. He doing animation and shit and comedy on TV. We laughing as kids. Oh, he did Fat Albert. Ha ha ha. That, you never imagined somebody like that being treated the way they treat that nigga today. But it's factual and actual. You see that shit. That nigga in a fucking bang some damn way. So bad. They need to stop motherfucking shooting us, man, and killing our shorties like that, man. I'm glad Derek Chauvin got locked up. I'm glad they did the process correct for his ass and finally locked him up. Probably ain't gonna do a whole lot of time in jail, but at least he'll get the fuck off the streets. We won't have to worry about him hurting no damn shorties. Plus, they saying this motherfucker stepped his foot on some 14-year-old kid neck and held it there for like 20 minutes where he was in his house. The mother called the police on her teenage son. He one of the cops that responded. And when he got to her crib, he grabbed the shorty, hit him upside the head. I guess the shorty guy wanted to jump bad with him. So he grabbed the shorty and slammed him to the ground and had his knee on the shorty neck or his foot on the shorty neck for like 20 minutes. This is some shit that's already in his records. So now the Justice Department is trying to bring up charges against him. And they gonna say, yo, we gonna make sure that he go down for that shit he did for that little boy. Y'all took care of his ass for what he did for fucking George Floyd. So we'll see if we can do that. You know, they be knowing that about these people long before something like this come about. And then now all of a sudden it's national news again. They been knew that about that guy. Somebody else was saying, we need to be policing our own motherfucking neighborhoods and not have no police at all come to our hoods. That would be ideal, but I don't think white folks have never let nothing like that happen. Because we was made in they little fucking neighborhoods. That's the neighborhoods that we live in is their shit. So they would never let us just police our own shit because we gotta the red light cameras and all that shit. That's their shit. You know, where I'm at in the Shire, they got red light cameras every motherfucking way. They got all that shit, but all you gotta do is run with the line. You ain't even gotta run the light. and blink, $100 ticket. Who gonna collect all that money if black motherfuckers is the popos? If black motherfuckers is operate, they're not finna do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's our community trying to be our own police. It'll be hard to do that because the police started from being slave patrollers. So that means the idea about police is go after a black person. So that means if a black person is the cops, then that means the black person idea will only be going after black people, because you can't be a cop and stop white folks. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. I see white folks disrespect the police every day when I'm downtown. And a motherfucker try to be like, hey, come take some pictures with us. He don't get to say, nah, hell no, I'm busy. You gotta do that shit, especially a black cop. Or they pull up in front of the building and shit, and they double park. And the motherfucking cop be like, hey, y'all gotta go. And they be like, hey, let me tell you, no, you gotta pull away. And he's, no, wait a minute, I wanna talk to you. Like anybody that's black, they gotta get their ass up out of there right away. So you see the cop muscle over there real quick. Hey, didn't I tell you to fucking go? And the motherfucker be like, let me tell you, I'm waiting for someone who just ran a bitch. I know what the fuck you doing. I told you to drive away. I'm waiting, white person. I'm waiting for someone in the store, and they're gonna be right out. So I don't want to drive around the block. And it's like, this nigga gotta get in it. What the hell? I just told you to fucking move. And then you see this shit all the time from different people playing the black cops down there. It's almost laughable because they don't have that kind of power. But when it comes to a black motherfucker, on they ass, be like, motherfucker, come here. Give me your shit. What the fuck you doing? You see the cop, he used all his police power at that point. There ain't shit you could do. You ain't like, you can go over there and be like, man, get your, you have to sit that lady, play it. How the fuck? You just got to sit back and just play from a distance and just see that shit like, damn. You watch that shit like, you know, motherfuckers be driving and shit, and they be in the left turning lane, and that left signal come on and tell them to turn. And the cop be trying to direct traffic. So it's white people. He be like, come on. And because sometimes people don't see the signal, they might be doing shit or whatever, the cop. So anyway, if it's a black person on that signal and they finna bust that left, that cop be like, get the fuck out the motherfucking way. Hurry your motherfucking, get the fuck out the way. And I'll be tripping looking at this ass like, damn, my nigga be going crazy out here, man. But that's what it is, man. So you just gotta goddamn it do you in this motherfucking world, man. And I just laugh at that shit. You see all this kind of shit, man. So you can see how it's a difference when it comes to police and black people, because a lot of the black police don't even have the same rights or the same respect. So a white cop is almost like a god body, because as soon as he put that gun on and that badge on, he's protected. They got some shit called qualified immunity. So that means if a motherfucking person is a cop, he automatically get the benefit of the doubt no matter what the crime is. Now they do fuck over there and lock them up, but he get the benefit of the doubt, meaning that he did this because of the stress of the job. He did this because that's what the job entails. He did this because having his job this long made his mind turn into this kind of person. That's what's qualified immunity. So I can shoot you and fuck you up as long as I can prove that this job is stressful and it's been fucking me. I lost my wife, or I've been dealing with PTSD from some crime or criminal situation that happened. Well, I'm not finna lock this man up for a real 9 years or all that. Yeah, the crime was fucked up. Give him 9 months. Give him 3 years, and then they coming home. That one cop shot the kid in Chicago 16 times up here. Laquan McDonald's got shot 16 times, and the video showing dead. Literally dead. His body still jumping with the bullets constantly being pumped into that guy's body. So when they arrested that cop, they said 16 counts of murder. No lie. So everybody was like, ooh, shit, they gonna lock this motherfucker up. At the time of his trial, the cop judge came out and was like, it's no way we can charge him 16 counts. It's all gonna just concur into one. We were sitting back like, what? You said it's been 9 months. Y'all been saying 16 counts of murder. So he flipped it around on the time of the courtroom time. And so the judge come out and say, so now they said 16 bullets, 16 fucking counts. So now they finna get ready to lock him up for it. Now he gonna get convicted. It's over with. They lock him up, 16 counts. All the stress from the job, no logical cop would shoot someone 16 times. So if he shot him 16 times, that was his mind losing his mind. And oh my God, he's gone. He was a threat. The guy, he kept saying the boy was coming towards him, but the video showed the boy walking with his back to him. And it just so happened that he shot him because he was from behind and shot him constantly and never stopped. 16 bullets hit the kid. He obviously fell off the first one because he was dead, you know, and 16 more. And they gave that motherfucker 7 years, which he only got to do 3 years. And so that's what they felt what called qualified immunity get those cops. So that's what they're saying that now, if they could pass a law, which the Biden nigga won't do, and now that he's in office, they'll have to get rid of qualified immunity. So that means if a cop kills somebody, that you can sue them for their pension. You can sue the federal order of police, the unions, for the pension. You can sue the city as well. You can sue different elements of what happened to your family member that will make that cop be like, wait a minute, I shot somebody when I was 42. I shot somebody when I was 27. All these years went by in my life working a job, and I got to give up my pension to this family because they did son or daughter, and they got a daughter that's going to go to college, and now I murdered them. So I worked my ass off, but I don't get a pension to go home. They sued me. It was a civil suit. So I got to pay them this money. And you know, the lawyers in the courtroom, they're going to take the money straight and give it to them. You ain't going to have to do shit. You know what I'm saying? So they are trying to get rid of qualified immunity. So that'll be the new way. But you got people like Biden who still ain't even past that. So since George Floyd, when Trump was in office, to right now, when Biden is in office, that's 150 and more black men been killed by cops. That show you that this is a war against you and us, and there's nothing we really can do about it to stop it, because who the fuck can you trust? They always tell you us good cops and bad cops. You don't even fucking know who the enemy is. All you know is when you get pulled over, if you get pulled over, it could be your ass one day. So you can understand why the logical thought of a person would be like, I'm finna take off on these motherfuckers. You're gonna have to catch me, bitch. You ain't just gonna kill me. Or if I'm gonna take off running. But now they got the option that without qualified immunity being gone, that if you even take off running, they get to shoot you because they're going to use those elements. With the stress from the job, that woman said she shot the boy and thought it was a taser, but she was on the job for 26 years. And at the day of the shooting, when she shot the boy, she was taking another cop through training. So how the fuck are you taking somebody through training if you can mistake fucking two items in a different color for each other? That was some shit where a person was murdering somebody, and they was rather just quit the job and just go sit their ass in jail. Now, you don't know these people. They the ones who say if they psychologically could be a cop, not us. We don't get to decide who the fuck psychologically be a cop. They can get them in that one room with each other and say, will you kill a black person if you had to? And that person look up like, what? Just answer the question. Like, I guess. Yeah. That's a question they probably don't ask no nigga cops when you go in them rooms. But you got to sit in there with the little person with the little polygraph shit on it, and they asking you questions. And what if a person do get that question, and they say, okay, cool, now you're a police officer. So now deep in your brain, you know, one day if you got to kill a black person, they already asked you that shit at the interview. We wouldn't even fucking know some shit like that. But that's a possibility, because these motherfuckers got no problem killing black motherfuckers at all. And you know niggas be having guns, and they still don't care. They still don't give a fuck. It's like niggas be walking around with real guns, and the police don't give a shit, because they like, nigga, if we catch you and you give us a moment to chill, like they killed the little young dude that was in school in a fucking bathroom stall, inside a bathroom stall. Okay, so he and this motherfucker taking a piss or a shit, and his girlfriend's white mother call the police and tell the motherfucking police that he carries a 9, but he don't think he got it on him at this time. I don't think he got it on me at this time, is what he said. She said to the cops that he's at the school though. So they come in the bathroom, 4 police deep, grabbing him, trying to grab his arms. One cop gun go off, and then all them pussy ass cops pull back and just bang the boy down. Bow, 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 shot the shit out of him, kill him. Then they find out, oh, he didn't have a gun. That was my gun went off. Oh man, damn man. So now we just add that to the number. I guess you can call that an accidental one, right? They didn't know it wasn't his gun. Who would have thunk it? Shit, the lady said he had guns on him. I guess he didn't have it that day. That was my gun. Christmas coming up. You know what? Ain't Memorial Day. Let me go. I gotta get together. I'm going out of town to see my auntie. People kill you and keep on with their life. They keep going on with their world. They don't stop it. They don't take a moment and be like, I gotta go on a hiatus and climb Kilimanjaro and ask for forgiveness. No, they go on with their fucking life. They had Target in 2 more days. They had Walmart in 5 more days. They buying shit. They going to the movies. Their girlfriend who had that date, they still got to go on that fucking date. They can't be like, well, you know, I killed somebody. I can't. They like, hey, you know what? I'm off work for 6 weeks. I'm getting paid. Let's do it. You know, that's what happens. That's what happens when they kill us, because you imagine the type. You're already a white man, so you're already living above the game. So now you kill a black person and you ain't even got to go back to work. You get a check. You ain't even got to go to work. You can be balling out of control like shit, man. Y'all come through, man. We in the basement, nigga. We out. I'm playing a video game too. I just flipped this bitch. That's my first time really playing it for a good time. You go back to your life, the life that you never really even had because you've been at work all the fucking time. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna go in here and fix on this boat. Shit, I've been wanting to fix on this boat. Yeah, because and you know you're not gonna go to jail because they got qualified immunity. That's a rule that's inside their system that allows them not to go to jail for killing somebody. So they don't have to be afraid, like, oh, fuck, I murdered this nigga, man. What the fuck gonna happen? It's like, shit, you know what? They wrote these rules, so y'all better use them bitches for me. But they don't use them for everyone because when the black dude in Minnesota killed a white woman, she was in her car at night, called the police herself. And when they got there, his scary ass was standing by the window and she reached for something or said something and he pulled a gun out and shot in the car and killed her. Oh, you could believe they locked this black ass up. And he was Ethiopian. He was one of the foreigners that came here. So he living in Minnesota now and became a cop. And that's what happened to him. And I think it's like Nuri Muhammad or some shit. I don't remember his name at all. That's just a name I heard on TV. I don't know exactly what the motherfucking name is. But this is what happened to that nigga. He like the first cop to ever even go to jail in Minnesota for killing a human. Because he killed a white woman. You know how fucking uncomfortable that nigga was thinking about what's going on in his life? Like, damn, man, I didn't mean to kill that white lady, man. What the fuck? They finna lock me up? No, I ain't gonna go to jail, man. We got that qualified immunity shit. I'm straight. And then they come back to his ass like, guilty. 12 years. Oh my God, what? Hell yeah, they locked the boy ass up. So, because he killed a lady. She was innocent. She didn't have nothing to do with it. She didn't know reason she was dead. It was an accident. I don't even know if it was an accident. He could have did it maliciously. You don't know. But at the end of the day, they found out you're going to be guilty for it. And that sent a definite message to anybody that's a cop around America. If you better watch your fucking gun. You better watch what we give. If you shoot one of these motherfuckers and hurt a white person, boy, your life is over. So all these cops that's non-black, that's cops that's non-white, that's non-white people, they are smart. Not to fucking shoot their gun accidentally and hurt a white person. Not to run up in some people's crib and they white and shoot the lady or shoot somebody. That just don't happen across America. It's probably so less cases of that it probably ain't even no record of it. That some person that's non-white ran up in a cop person's crib and shot a white person. Don't happen. We all, them safeties and all that shit work fine when they're around other white, even drunk ass, wild ass white people who trying to hit them with cars. They try to take the motherfucker out the car like a damn hero movie. But they definitely don't be taking that gun out, shooting, killing somebody. Man, I was watching one of the shows yesterday, and he said the bullets who shot the guy when 8 cops shot him from the front and then went to the vehicle and shot him again from the front of the vehicle. They said one of the bullets went into a house that was on the street. One of the bullets from the cops went into a house, went into a wall, and went into a pot on somebody's stove. So that means you would have been at the stove at your crib. Now, these motherfuckers would have been doing it outside. Obviously, you wouldn't know because you ain't outside looking out the window. And a bullet would have came and hit your ass in your back because you fucking stirring the damn shit on the stove. But that's how they don't give a fuck. You think they're going to say we sorry? You think they're going to say we paralyzed that guy or that girl? What the fuck? No, they just going to be like, hey, that was happening during the crime and that's what happened. So this went inside somebody's crib when them cops were shooting 8 fucking guns, 8 different bullets flying at this guy. And then one bullet went into somebody's crib, and this should be happening in this real life. And it's going to affect other black people. So it's like nobody was standing at the stove because could you imagine that? You stand at the damn stove and a bullet go through your fucking body. And you standing there trying to cook or whatever the fuck. But that's just the reality of what we deal with as blacks, man. And I wish that could be a change some kind of way, man. I'm not going to hold y'all no longer on this live. I just like to talk smack to y'all about all the stuff I like and the shows I kick it with and all that stuff, man. I want y'all to have a great day. Thank you for the super chats. Thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for listening and hanging out with me. Go watch my new movie. It's called Killer Rapper. It's right here on the channel. Go watch the sound from the hustle we do out there on Michigan Avenue. It's on the channel, one of my last videos. And in the comment section, you can get my new book. It's called How to Make a Hood Movie. And we definitely got some merch at Walmart.com because we are official. You can go get some of these shirts and shit. Or it's on that side at Walmart.com. So I'll holler at y'all in a minute. And thanks for watching. We got new shows coming soon. So check up with us when you can. Hit the bell button and like and share.